I've been trying to do it right. I've been living a lonely life. And he was dead. And I've been dead. But love is passion. Obsession.
Just between us, I remember it all too. Thought I was depressed or losing my mind.
The drink you spill all over me. Lovers spill out.
I just wanna be a part of your family.
Fall is here, hear the yell.
Makes all the knots. You got the one thing that I want. I must stay.
Joe, you gotta have it out. I have loved you ever since I've known you, Joe. I couldn't help it. And I tried to show you wouldn't let me smile.
If you wanna go and be stupid, don't do what you like. Now I know that you love me. Just between us, I remember it all too well. Baby, tell your baby.
Guys, I give a fuck. I give a fuck. I'm not nonchalant. I'm not mysterious. Because I give a fuck. I lost the I don't give a fuck war. I've been losing the I don't give a fuck war. I'm winning the I give a fuck war. Because I give a fuck. I give a fuck. I give a fuck.
Thought ass back, turn the real nigga up. Thought ass back, turn the real nigga up. I don't dance this, but I know how to fuck. You had me the whole way through, but I couldn't say the words like you. I was scared and to go, but I wanted to. Baby, tell your baby.
13 hunting seasons running strong. Keep your money, cause a man.
How could you sit there and look me in the face, watch me cry, and lie to my face?
I hear the birds on the summer.
You know what sucks more than anything? Tell me.
I love you, I'm sorry. You were the best, but you were the worst to say. Love, and you both let go. She was. Know that I love you so bad. I let you treat me like that.
Never hate you.
I miss you, Dad. I miss you until I close my eyes.
The fucking thought of you with somebody else, I don't like that. Cellular convos.
Now I know that you love me. You don't need to. I see her in the back of my. The way she always said what's done is done, and he's not the only one. just don't stay together. You had me the way too, but I couldn't say the words like you. I was scared and to go, but I wanted to. I was scared and to go, but I wanted to.
That was such a high. I don't know why anybody does drugs.
Wanna be a part of your family, and I don't wanna talk about anything. I don't wanna talk about anything.
Babe!
Cause she couldn't be.
Come up to meet you, tell you I'm sorry. You don't.
I see you as you see yourself through all the books you read, overwhelmed with guilt and realize.
No.
It's no use, Joe. Joe, we gotta have it out. I gave up everything you didn't like. I'm happy I did. It's fine, and I waited, and I never complained because I.
No.
It's no use, Joe. Joe, we gotta have it out. I gave up everything you didn't like. I'm happy I did. It's fine, and I waited, and I never complained. I used to call your cell phone like, oh, let me talk to my nigga and shit, and that motherfucker would just ring on me. It would just ring.
I keep going back to that moment in the ICU when she looked at me and I see you. I see you. My mother is... Yeah. You need a retwist, bitch.
Now I know that you love me. You don't need to remember.
I keep going back to that moment in the ICU when she looked at me and I see you. I see you. My mother is dead.
Like ribbons in your hair, my stomach's all in knots. You got the one thing that I want.
Oh. Wow. Oh. Wow. Oh. Wow. Cool. Peter, how are you doing that?
I don't know, Lois. I'm scared.
Hey, love. You okay? Can't sleep. What's wrong, beautiful?
Things fall apart and time.
Babe! Why you do that? Don't do it again.
And he looks back and decides that all those years he suffered, those were the best years of his life.
Familiar. White for.
I love you, I'm sorry. You were the best, but you were the worst to say.
Honey, I know you.
She was crying on my shoulder. All I could do was hold her.
Maybe there like is something wrong with me, but like I said, I'm really happy with who I am, and I know my intention.
September 9th, 2001. Gary and I were skating at a hospital.
I was raised by a woman who was hard to impress. And I carry that shit real deep in my chest.
And one day, you're gonna look around and you're gonna realize that everybody loves you, but nobody likes you.
I try.
Give a fuck? Do I look like I give a fuck? Because I don't. I don't care. I don't care.
Tomorrow is my first day of high school ever, and I need to turn things around.
Fall is here, hear the yell. I was raised by a woman who was hard to impress. And I carry that shit real deep in my chest.
Now I know that you love me. You don't need to remind me. My baby, my baby. The road is long, carry on. Try to have fun in the meantime. Make me sad. The road is long, carry on. Try to have fun in the meantime. Make me sad.
You hurt me, that's okay, baby. Only once, please.
Now I know that you love me. You don't need to remind me. Now I know that you love me. You don't need to remind me.
If it's baby mama activating, walk 'em like a dog. Walk 'em like a dog, sis, walk 'em like a dog.
And I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now.
Were we the stars in heaven? Were we the salt in the sea? Dragging in the new warm. Didn't think you'd ever stoop so low. Get him with the only guy.
Because nobody admits anything they've done!
We all know you tiptoed up to 4-1 back in the way. If you could see him now, you'd be proud.
He was crying on my shoulder. All I could do was hold her. Guess I don't have a choice. All because I like the boy.
I'm in love with Summer. I hate Summer. I hate her crooked teeth. I hate her 1960s haircut.
Life does not. Oh my God.
Don't need to remind me.
I'm one of those friends where I never cancel plans. I never even think of it. I never say no. I never want to. I try to show them that I love them. I try too hard and they always leave, but it's okay. It's okay, I think, because at least they don't feel the same way I did. At least they don't feel unwanted.
I was raised by a woman who was hard to impress. And I carry that shit real deep in my chest. We all know you tiptoed up to 4-1 back in the way. If you could see him now, you'd be proud.
my project, I'm gonna kill myself on cue.
How lucky are we? It's been a hell of a week, but you're all grown now.
My whole world just slid by.
I'm always in that house. I'm always in that room. I can't get out.
And when everything is lonely, I can be my own best friend.
Why would you want that? You're better than that.
I know. I wanted him to be better than that.
Well, he didn't. He didn't want to be.
Let's fucking go. Let's go. I guess.
Never hate you.
You scared me to death, but I'm wasting my breath. Cause you won't.
A quiet down if it's what you
But he didn't have the money for a guitar.
I'm still confused. You said forever.
Had band-aids on my wrists. I was literally locking myself in the bathroom and making myself bleed because I thought I deserved it, you know?
You didn't think you'd make it to 7.
Things fall apart. And time.
That's like a big misconception about me. I'm not shy. I just don't speak if I don't have anything to say.
That was such a high. I don't know why anybody does drugs.
I don't wanna be the owner of your fantasy. I just wanna be a part of your family. There it is, again, that funny feeling. You swear you'll stay forever, even if our faces don't stay together. I love you, I'm sorry. You were the best, but you were the worst. As sick as it sounds, a lot.
I am not your pet. I never liked you. I don't care about you. I won't wait for you.
I mean with you. What's going on with you?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. I know you. I know you better than anyone. This isn't you.
I don't know.
What are you doing? Living at your grandparents' place?
I love you, I'm sorry. You were the best, but you were the worst.
I was raised by a woman who was hard to impress. And I carry that shit real deep in my chest.
Now I know that you love me. You don't need to remind me.
Never hate you.
I love you, I'm sorry. You were the best, but you were the worst. To say
So pack up your car.
what was the
stuck to talk on these rides.
I love you, I'm sorry. You were the best, but you were the
Ew?
Yeah.
What does that smell? It smells like bitch.
Yeah, I was trying to hit this.
What am I supposed to do now, Grace?
No, don't do this to me.
I know, I'm sorry.
Interlinked.
Interlinked.
Do you dream about being interlinked?
Interlinked.
What's it like to hold your child in your arms?
Just another cover of the same song you've probably heard on your For You page 100 times by now, but I'll make it worth it, I swear, okay? It'll be good.
Chilled in the kitchen of a city tune. The light would flicker like a violent home. The night was thicker than a smoky fume. All eyes awaited in her room. Benny loved her like he loved no one. The way she laughed and held a smoking gun. The way she always said what's done is done. And he is not the only one. Love is a gentle thing. Yours is thicker than a velvet ring. Yours is thicker than a velvet ring.
I don't know. Was it worth it?
You know, ever since we were little, I would get this feeling like I'm floating inside of my body. You know, ever since we were little, I would get this feeling like I'm floating inside of my body. You know, ever since we were little, I would get this feeling like I'm floating inside of my body. You know, ever since we were little, I would get this feeling like I'm floating inside of my body. You know, ever since we were little, I would get this feeling like I'm floating inside of my body. You know, ever since we were little, I would get this feeling like I'm floating inside of my body. You know, ever since we were little, I would get this feeling like I'm floating inside of my body.
Yeah, I watch anime. I think anime is pretty cool. Like the artwork and the story of the shows itself. I think they're both like amazing.
I love anime. In fact, I watch so much anime, I'm actually Japanese myself.
No, Ichi. I got a variation of animes I watch. I got some action, I got some rom-coms. You know, I think they're all very fun to watch. They got a lot of drama, a lot of intensity.
I watch the weirdest shit you can find on the internet. Boku no Pico, this is my favorite anime. Really gets me in the chills.
I don't spend too much time watching anime. I mean, in a single day, I'll watch like 1 or 2 episodes of anime, and then I gotta do other things in my life.
Well, actually, all I do is watch anime. I do nothing else in my life. I haven't even touched the outside world in 2 years. It must be Gojo Satoru with infinity, because I've never touched grass or water in my entire life. I don't even take showers. That takes time away to watch anime. Why would I take showers when I could be watching anime? Gamber, I guess you would never understand the way of the anime life.
No.
Won't you kiss me on the mouth and love me like a sailor? And when you get a taste, can you tell me what's my flavor? I don't believe in God, but I believe that you're my savior. I tried to call on him, but my mom says I got flavor. And when we're getting dirty, I forget all that is wrong. I sleep so I can see you, but I hate to wait so long. I sleep so I can see you, but I hate to wait so long. And then cue her beautiful voice.
Okay, welcome to another game of Is Dipper Really the Victim this time? Alright, last video I was in the middle of dissecting his message he posted on his Instagram story. We got some left. Let's start. Listening to the way he would repeat over and over again that he didn't want a relationship, but then would continue to say, that doesn't mean I don't want you to keep trying though. Okay, so, basically when you treat me like shit, you don't pay for anything, and you don't take me out or like act like you want me, that means I don't want to be in a relationship with you. But if you continue to prove that you love me, maybe I'll think about it. Why is that wrong? It's not. You're just... Someone give him a gold star for victim complex, because goddamn. And listening to him scream at me for trying to leave the multiple times that I did, and him saying, this is all you ever do, you just leave. So, when you say you're gonna leave, that doesn't mean, oh, hey, I'm running out of your apartment, and because that's what you were doing. I think one of the times he actually tried to leave, and I said don't, because he was trying to take the cats. Those are my children. Fuck you. Also, it's not like he was trying to, you know, like go live at a stable place with the cats. No, he was trying to rent a hotel for a night with the 3 cats. And he said to me, oh, I only need to buy 1 night. So he's referring to the fact that he's gonna the next day and then the 3 cats are just gonna be at the hotel? Yeah, let me let you leave, stupid. And listening to the very last one I had of him saying, I want you here more than I want anyone else to be here. That is called a trauma bond. And, you know, the second you punched me in the face and broke my nose, the trauma bond said, poof. I can't actually post the audios because if I do, it becomes hearsay and hurts my credibility in court. Still trying to decide if I bring it into this case currently or I open one. Listening to these has genuinely been the most hurtful thing I've ever had to hear. I looked past too many things because I genuinely thought this was what love was. Reactive abuse is real. Holy shit. You know what? I'm not going to sit here and act like I never did anything, because about after a year of constant emotional abuse, you start giving the same energy you're fucking getting. I did scream. I did slam doors. You want to know why? Because you were doing that to me for a year and a half before I started doing it to you, because I got sick and tired of your fucking bullshit. Bro, my face is getting red because I'm getting so angry. I feel like I'm going to throw
And I wanted it bad, but there were so many red flags, and another one bites the dust. Yeah, let's be clear, I trust no one. You did not break me. I'm still fighting for peace, but I've got thick skin and an elastic heart. But you've been in my picture shop, I'm like a rubber band until you pull too hard. Yeah, I'm a snap, but I'm a fast, but you won't see me fall apart. 'Cause I've got an elastic heart. Hey, I've got an elastic heart. Oh, I've got an elastic heart.
Yeah, he's a 23-year-old man that has a 12-year-old girlfriend, and he's telling her that he is actually 300 years old and he's a werewolf and he needs to drink blood to survive. In Alberta, Canada, 2006, the Richardson family murders. Richardson, why is that such a hard name to say? Richardson? The family consisted of the father Mark, the mom Deborah, 12-year-old Jasmine, and 8-year-old Jacob. The dynamic of the family was honestly very wholesome. Jasmine was a normal girl living a happy life. She liked school, she liked her friends, she was really into art and into sports as well. And Jasmine was very protective of her little brother because she loved him. And little Jacob looked up to his older sister. They really liked spending time with each other. Parents just seemed like happy parents that loved their family. When Jasmine was 11, almost 12, her personality had a bit of a switch, which is normal, but hers was very quick and very intense. She started hanging out with an older group of friends. Those friends were closer to 17 years old and Jasmine was still 11. The things that Jasmine was interested in started switching to match the older kids. So their vibe was a little bit more gothic, you could say. Instead of being excited about swimming lessons and art classes, she started getting excited about rock concerts, older boys, being a bit more rebellious. Her physical look changed as well. She started wearing a lot of makeup, a lot of eyeliner, styling her hair to cover her face to fit more of the mysterious rock look instead of the wholesome, sweet girl look. And that new friend group was 23-year-old Jeremy Stike. Okay, he's 23, Jasmine is now 12. Jeremy's life at home could not be more different than Jasmine's. He grew up around abuse. He was not treated well by either one of his parents and was very neglected. Jeremy struggled with mental health from a very young age. The older that he got, the more into the goth, dark, mysterious look he was into, which it's cool, it's great, but he took it a bit too far, as in he started wearing a vial of blood around his neck as a necklace, and this is when he started to tell people that he was a werewolf and he was 300 years old and he needed to eat blood to survive. He was open about telling people about this. He would say that he would bake cookies and bake blood into them and then eat them. A bit strange if you ask me. So Jasmine and Jeremy meet at a rock show and they fall in love, or they think they fall in love. Jeremy had a lot of influence on Jasmine and he played a big part in her personality change, which was so quick and so drastic that it became alarming to her parents very quickly. As soon as Jasmine's parents found out about Jeremy, specifically about how old he was, they said immediately, no, you are not allowed to date him, you cannot see him again, this is done. That changed the relationship between Jasmine and her parents tremendously, because from Jasmine's point of view, she thought her parents were being controlling. She was so upset and so angry and couldn't understand why her parents just wouldn't let her do what made her happy or what she thought made her happy, but it wasn't right. From the parents' point of view, obviously they were seeing their 12-year-old daughter date a 23-year-old man and just wanted to protect her and make sure she was okay and doing the right thing. They didn't want her to go down a path that could potentially be bad. On April 23rd, 2006, a little boy that was friends with Jasmine's little brother went to go knock on the family's door to ask if he could play with Jacob. He knew that they were home because the truck was in the driveway, but he was knocking, no one was coming to the door, so he decides to peek through the window, specifically the basement window. When he looks through the window, he sees a dead, bloody body. He's terrified. He immediately runs over to his mom to let her know what he just saw. She goes, sees it as well, and is mortified, and they call 911. The cops show up to the house, and it is a brutal crime scene. 42-year-old Mark Richardson and 48-year-old Deborah were found in the basement of their home, stabbed to death. Their 8-year-old son, Jacob, was also found still in his bed upstairs, stabbed to death with to his throat. There was blood all around him and all around his toys. Law enforcement was obviously shocked to find this. The investigation started immediately because of the evidence and where the blood was. They conclude that the events of the night were that Deborah was killed first in the basement, Mark was second. And because of some of the injuries that Mark had, they could tell that he put up somewhat of a fight. Little 8-year-old Jacob was killed last and he had been neatly tucked into his bed. The police then noticed a family photograph in the house, and the family photo has 4 people, not 3. That's when they realized that the family also has a 12-year-old daughter, but she was nowhere to be found. Their immediate thought, which honestly would be mine as well, is that maybe Jasmine is in danger. Whoever did this to the family maybe kidnapped her, she might be being held hostage, and she needs to be found. So they put out an Amber Alert for 12-year-old Jasmine, and her face is all over the news. This gets out to the public, tips and phone calls start to come in of people seeing that they saw Jasmine that day. But when people saw her, Jasmine was fine. She was actually, looked like she was having a good day. She was out to lunch with her friend, walking around with her boyfriend. She looked fine. A call comes in reporting that they see Jasmine out with an older man. They also receive a different call saying that at some point Jasmine earlier in the day said something that kind of hinted that she would know about the murder. She said something to someone about a body being gutted like a fish. We later find out that she also had been apparently joking to her friends that she wanted to kill her whole family, but no one took it seriously, or at least no one reported it. Hearing that comment on top of the way that she was acting makes cops think, could the killer be the 12-year-old girl? The cops are able to find Jasmine, and they arrest her and Jeremy and take them back to the police station to be questioned. While Jasmine and Jeremy are in separate holding cells, they start writing notes to each other. Jeremy passes Jasmine a note that says, quote, "You said you wanted to get engaged, then here's a question. Will you marry me? If so, then it's a verbal agreement." Jasmine's note back to Jeremy says, "Ha ha 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 ha, I never thought I'd find myself hysterically laughing in a holding cell in these kinds of circumstances. But still, ha 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 ha, you make me so happy. Yes, yes, I would love to." So now they're engaged at the same time that they're being questioned about her entire family's murder. Jasmine and Jeremy then are talking to different police officers, and they just say, yeah, we did it. They tell them that the night of April 23rd, Jeremy left his house dressed in all black with a ski mask and a knife. He then walked to Jasmine's house. Jasmine meets him and lets him to the house through the basement window, but Jeremy knocked something over, made a loud noise that was so loud that it woke up Jasmine's parents. Jasmine's mom, Deborah, starts making her way down to the basement to see what the noise was, and at the bottom of the stairs, Jeremy jumps out of the shadows and starts stabbing her repeatedly. The fatal stab that killed her was a 12-centimeter stab through her heart. Meanwhile, Jasmine's dad, Mark, is rushing to the basement. When he gets down to the bottom of the stairs, he sees his wife's dead body. He makes a run for it to go back upstairs. At this point, also, Jasmine had ran upstairs to her little brother's room to, I guess, make sure that he didn't come downstairs. Mark is unfortunately unable to escape. Jeremy grabs him and drags him down the stairs, stabbing him in the back. The whole time, Mark is trying to fight back. They're struggling, but he ends up stabbing him over 20 times. And the last thing that Mark said was, why? And Jeremy said, because you treat your daughter like she wanted it this way. The parents have now lost their lives, and Jeremy makes his way upstairs to go into the little brother's room with Jasmine. Jasmine Richardson stabs her 8-year-old brother in the chest, and the whole time Jacob is screaming and crying for help, which is so horrible, until he eventually stops and he starts making a gurgling sound, so they realize that he's still alive. That's when Jeremy takes the knife and cuts Jasmine then later says to investigators that the reason why they decided to kill the little brother as well was because she knew that it would be too hard for him to live in a world without his parents. Jeremy and Jasmine then get up and run away. During the investigation, there was also a poem found that Jeremy wrote weeks before the murders. That poem said, quote, "Payment. My lover's parents are totally unfair. They say they really care. They don't know what's going on. They just assume. Their throats I want to. They will regret the they have done, especially when I see to it that they are gone. They shall pay for their insolence. Finally, there shall be silence. Their blood shall be payment." Yeah, he's literally mental. They also go through their messages between Jasmine and Jeremy on their laptops, and they realize that this whole thing was Jasmine's idea. She brought it up first. She had been talking about it a ton, and it sounded like she was the one that came up with the entire plan. I believe the first time it got brought up, she sent Jeremy a message that says, "I have a plan. It starts with me killing them, and it ends with me living with you." This girl is 12 years old. Jasmine and Jeremy are charged with 3 counts of murder. But get this, because Jasmine was so young at the time of the killings, she was only sentenced to 10 years, but the first 4 years she spent in a psychiatric center. And after that, after those 4 years, she was basically released. She was on probation. She had to report to someone, and she still had rules to follow, but she was out in the real world. Now, I'm pretty positive her record has been wiped, and she doesn't have to disclose that information that she killed her family to anyone. She's just out and about and free. Jeremy, on the other hand, was also found guilty, and he was given 3 life sentences. He is still serving his time. Yeah, isn't that the craziest thing you have ever heard? It's so bizarre to me. I'll never understand. With this same story of a girl not being able to be with her boyfriend because the parents don't allow it, and then they both end up killing the family. This happens way too often. It is bizarre, and it's so tragic and so sad. But I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say on this one, and I love you all so, so much. Massive kiss on the forehead to every single one of you. 3 kisses. Was that 3? Whatever. 4 kisses. Okay. Love you all so much.